There will be better videos about this. Brittany Pettibone is a high-profile YouTuber and much better at her job than I am. Martin is the speaker of the Austrian Generation Identity. He has also a sizable followership, even though in the German-speaking context, this is smaller than hers, of course. Now, he may not enter the United States anymore because his background check failed. He had his visa renewed again and again. I mean, obviously, he's often in the United States and he appears on Brittany's channel regularly. And now he can't visit her anymore because he is linked to the Christchurch shooting. Now, the media is using fuzzy words like linked, or there is a connection or something, to leave the reader or viewer or watcher, whatever, into the speculation that the worst of the worst might be the case. If they were honest, and they would just simply say what he is being accused of, and that is incredibly innocent. He took a donation from the shooter long before the terror attack occurred. So the connection, the link, is that he did not check every single donor of his YouTube channel for future crimes that the donor may conduct. I mean, this is a level of, I don't know. We are losing this entire presumption of innocence stuff. You know, you cannot check up each of your contacts about everything. Plus, receiving the money was the only contact these two men had. And then there is this basic freedom of association. That it is even that bad that we do not use the word or the phrase freedom of association at all in Germany. The German translation that you find in legal text, Vereinigungsfreiheit, is not even used in daily conversations or when we speak about politics. Germans usually assume that it is okay to ban groups, just forbid a group. Yet Austria, which is where Martin is from, and Germany both have signed a number of declarations of human rights. And all of the major ones, including the European Declaration of Human Rights and the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, include freedom of association. So what do our elites who have put their signature under these documents believe they have signed? What do they think the words freedom of association mean? One should know that over 6 contacts, every person knows every other person on the planet. This is called the little world phenomenon. So a government can always crack down on every single person if freedom of association does not count. If we can find some links, contact suspicions, and so on, you can always find a path. Mathematically speaking, on a graph, you will always find a path, some steps of contacts, one knowing the other, knowing the second, knowing the third, and so on, to a person that everybody hates. And when there's no freedom of association, every single person can be linked to a person everybody hates and can be punished. It gives wanton rule for any person in power. It is the complete abolishment of every freedom, of our democracy. This is essential. And I would say that German speakers, and I usually just say German because my usual topics are about this country, and he is Austrian. But what is true for Germany is very often also true for Austria. many Germans and Austrians don't even know what human rights are, which declarations exist, what has been signed, and whether a signature is even enough, because I would argue that they are signing so many dumb international treaties by now. The prominence of human rights is exists because we as people have a right, an innate right, God-given, self-evident, to defend ourselves against tyranny. Well, so he cannot just enter the United States anymore. It is also that he is linked to a terror organization, and the Austrian government goes even so far as to say they want to disband their generation identity. The German Verfassungsschutz is observing or spying on a number of members of the movement. The media is usually um, misquoting the Verfassungsschutz, or maybe deliberately lying over the reality that individual members are spied on, but not the organization as a total. It's so cynical. I wish that I could do less videos and make better ones. It's baffling how much bad news are raining down on me, and I get ever more depressed. And I think you hear that from my voice. I'm using that word "tired" very often. I've noticed sometimes I'm watching and rewatch my videos to see I had terrible mistakes, and I make quite a few still. Um, and I see that I use the word "I'm tired of this" and "tired of that," but it's really wearing me down. And still I can't stop. There is this point where I'm reminded of a movie scene, and I cannot map it to a particular movie, and I believe that I even have seen it in multiple ones. I'm not a big movie fan, obviously, because then I would be able to give a title or some actors that were involved, but I can't. But I believe that is such a common theme that it is used again and again, and it occurs to me that it speaks to many people and also to me. And what I mean is, there is sometimes this situation when a man stands up in a group and does a minor transgression, and the oppressive person from outside that is supposed to control the group is getting very upset, very angry about the minor transgression, and the group outside is usually trying to calm the situation down, and is saying to the guy, "Don't stand up, retreat again, let it go." But ultimately he can't, and he's usually being killed in that scene. Maybe it's Shawshank Redemption or something. It's probably in many movies. And I think I am this person. I am this person who just can't accept this. I'm very calm, and I'm just as calm as the man that usually stands up in these movies. But I cannot retreat. I I feel I cannot compromise on core values, and I wonder really, how do our elites believe that we as a nation can protect minorities if we give all power to a state that has killed 6 million Jews? They have defined right-wing extremism as an attack against the state. So the resistance against the Nazis, Stauffenberg, Sophie Scholl, and so on, they would be right-wing extremists by our official standards. And it makes me tired. It makes me tired.